2027 is shaping up with a mix of confirmed and rumored AAA games that are already getting attention from players. These titles are expected to bring big worlds, strong gameplay, and new ideas that could define the next wave of major releases. Let's get into it.
There are no cops, no judges, only.
Defect is a cyberpunk SWAT simulation set in a city controlled by an AI called the System. Players choose between police forces, rogue units, or gangs competing for control. Missions include smuggling weapons, eliminating targets, and making arrests. The game includes single-player, co-op, and a 4-squad battle mode. Squads of 4 handle changing objectives, manage gear, and use advanced weapons and tools during combat situations.
Please help. What did they promise you? Freedom, family. The system knows you're one of us. Frostpunk, withstand prejudice. Consciousness transfer approved. No! Multiple gang units converging on your position. Wipe the drive and reboot the block. What did they promise you? Freedom, family, the system knows.
The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a third-person action RPG, where players take the role of a mercenary caught in a system-wide conspiracy after a lockdown on Eros. Players create a captain and lead a crew while managing a ship and making decisions that affect relationships and events. Combat uses cover-based shooting with abilities and squad commands. 2 companions join missions, while others provide support such as hacking systems or distracting enemies.
In the beta, you will have a chance to play one story mission, Pinkwater Force Station, where you and your companions arrive right after Iris incident. There, at first, you will have some time to explore the station, chat with some NPCs, trade with local vendor Luciana, and even find some precious loot. And after that, you will have to report to your boss for a debrief.
As you level up, you unlock not only new combat abilities, but also new social skills for you and your companion. This unlocks additional skill checks during the mission. That means new dialogue options, new rewards during the exploration, and it can even change the outcome of important events.
Some of those skill points will let you increase squad effectiveness, and others will let you increase firepower and gadget damage, and you will also be able to level up your companions and invest social skill points we mentioned before. At some point, you will encounter Workbench, which is an important part of the progression system. There, you can upgrade your weapons and equipment using the materials you collected during the exploration segment, and it's certainly worth doing before heading into combat.
Combat is built around using cover and repositioning. Staying exposed usually won't end well for you, so switching between covers at the right moment is key to victory. You can also use active pause to quickly look around, select abilities, or issue commands to your squad mates. In the beta, you'll encounter 5 weapon categories, each suited for different ranges and situations. You can carry 1 rifle-sized weapon and 1 short weapon on your hip, so your loadout choices matter. Every weapon can be just as effective in combat. We don't treat them as main guns or sidearms.
And of course, don't forget about the gadgets. Gadgets represent your combat abilities, and using them at the right time can create openings during the fight or disrupt your enemy ranks. And you're not fighting alone. For this mission, Jay, your sibling, will join you as your companion, and you can order him to use his abilities or exploit particular environmental weaknesses to wreak havoc on the battlefield. During the beta, we really encourage you to experiment. Try different builds, try different playstyles, different dialogue options, and see how the game plays out.
The beta will be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5 and Steam. Thank you for your feedback, it will help us improve the game.
And yet again, I would like to thank our players who supported the game and helped us to reach this stage. We're really looking forward to see your feedback.
Port Desire. A city that don't belong to anyone, but everyone wants a piece.
No Law is a first-person cyberpunk action RPG set in Port Desire, where players control Gray Harker, an ex-military trying to live quietly after severe injuries. The game includes story-driven missions where player choices affect characters and outcomes. Gameplay allows stealth or direct combat using weapons, gadgets, and upgrades. The city offers vertical areas like rooftops and alleys, supporting different approaches. Missions can be replayed to discover alternate paths and results.
Desire is a fickle mistress. The city won't let me go. It won't forget my name. I asked for nothing, and they still came and took everything. The mayors and anyone that stands in my way, every last one of them. They're gonna learn something real simple.
God of War Trilogy Remake rebuilds the original Greek saga, including God of War 2, and God of War 3, into a single updated package with modern visuals and connected progression. The combat system introduces a revised approach while keeping fast and aggressive action. Players follow Kratos through the full storyline with improved transitions between titles. The remake also brings back T.C. Carson as the voice of Kratos for this version.
Hey, what's happening, fam? It is OGTC, the original God of War. How y'all doing today? I'm so glad you're hanging out, and I want you to know, as we close out this last few months of the God of War's 20th anniversary, I'm thrilled to bring you some exciting news about the series today. Now look, we are happy and excited to finally confirm that, the Greek Trilogy Remake is now in development. Yeah, man, I know. Sit down. Now look, this project is still in the early stages, so it'll be a minute before we get back to share another update, right? But I'm telling you, next time we come back, we coming with something big, baby. Yeah. So, closing, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for your patience. You've been waiting. So thank you for your patience. But most of all, I want to thank you all for supporting this God of War franchise all these years. Appreciate you. Peace.
What the hell happened here?
Alien Deathstrom is a first-person action game where players control a combat engineer sent to investigate a silent off-world colony. The location is damaged by a massive storm that destroys structures and limits movement. The colony is filled with hostile alien creatures that attack in groups. Gameplay combines weapon use with careful movement through damaged areas. Players manage threats while navigating unstable environments and responding to both environmental hazards and enemy encounters.
Warning. Adverse weather conditions detected. Wind speeds reaching survival threshold. Seek shelter.
Hunter, The Reckoning Deathwish is an action RPG set in New York where players take the role of a hunter, tracking supernatural creatures hidden among civilians. The game includes character customization with traits and flaws that affect gameplay. Missions involve gathering clues, infiltrating locations, and preparing weapons like firearms or crafted tools. A safe house acts as a base for managing gear and planning tasks. Player decisions impact survival, relationships, and mission outcomes.
In the shadows, waiting for its prey.
Shaw took control. There's nothing here.
We have learned. We've prepared. And we won't let it happen again. A reckoning is coming.
Stranger Than Heaven is an action-adventure detective game set across 5 time periods between 1915 and 1965 in multiple Japanese cities. Players engage in brawler-style combat using weapons and environmental objects during encounters. Gameplay also includes investigation systems such as gathering clues, interrogating characters, and making decisions that affect events. The story follows individuals connected to the criminal underworld, with each era showing changes in locations and activities. Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake reworks the original story, where Claire Redfield searches for her brother after being captured and taken to Rockford Island. The game uses an over-the-shoulder camera with updated movement and combat systems. Players manage limited resources while facing infected enemies and exploring connected areas. The structure may include expanded story elements and redesigned locations, with a stronger focus on survival mechanics and encounter planning.
We'll get out of here, together.
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet is an action-adventure game where players control bounty hunter Jordan A. Munn stranded on a remote planet while tracking a criminal syndicate. Gameplay includes combat against hostile robots using melee weapons and movement across isolated areas. Players investigate the planet's history and uncover details about its people and systems. The structure focuses on solo play without companion support, requiring direct engagement with enemies and environments.
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Siberia moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Siberia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount. I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Anyone else with all your fucking shit? Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
The War of the Worlds Siberia is an action-adventure game set in an alternate 1896, where players control a student escaping a Martian invasion across the Russian Empire. Gameplay includes survival mechanics such as hiding, solving puzzles, and managing limited resources while traveling through cities and wilderness. Players use period weapons like revolvers, rifles, and explosives during encounters. The game also features chases, hostile human threats, and interactions with allies during progression.
Dad, купи кирпич.
Я убил его.
Вниз!
Стой, тварь! Это же предательство!
Оно самое, юноша. Оно самое.
OD is a horror game designed by Hideo Kojima, where gameplay examines fear through interactive scenarios that test player reactions and limits. The structure may include multiple segments with different situations and characters, forming an anthology-style design. Players move through dark environments using light sources while responding to unexpected threats and events. The game uses performance-based scenes and sound cues to create tension, with progression built around reacting to fear-driven encounters.
Who are you? I'm a friend.
Exodus is a sci-fi action RPG where players control a traveler leading missions against advanced beings known as Celestials. Gameplay includes interstellar travel to recover artifacts that enhance abilities and expand combat options. Players use a gauntlet system to combine powers with weapons during fights against creatures and rival factions. The game also includes companions who assist in combat. Time dilation affects outcomes, causing changes to the world after each mission.
Child of Orion, fulfill the purpose for which you were crafted, and seize your destiny.
Our world is dying. You are the only one who can wield celestial tech and find a cure. Well, that's terrifying. But with the right ship and the right crew, you could save all of us.
I was on an alien world. Felt like I was finally doing what I was made for.
Thank you, June.
We are the defenders of Leiden's future. And we will fight to protect it.
The fight for survival has consequences. How far are you willing to venture? How much are you willing to sacrifice to save your...
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is an action-adventure game set in the state of Leonida, where players control Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos as they carry out crimes and deal with a wider conspiracy. The game features an open world including Vice City and surrounding areas. Gameplay involves driving, shooting, and interacting with systems like law enforcement and social media. Players complete missions, explore freely, and switch between characters during different situations.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shop City!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gotta do this. We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full of fed? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, you gotta protect each other.
Like, back!
You and me, Lou. You got this.
We got it.
Say my city, baby! My city!
Come to Bill's Ammunition today. We got more guns than all around.
Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Ill is a first-person action horror game set inside a research fort overrun by a mysterious entity and hostile creatures. Players use weapons with realistic handling, manage inventory, and modify gear to survive encounters. The game includes a dismemberment system where enemies react physically to damage. Environmental physics play a role in combat and puzzles, while unpredictable enemy behavior changes based on player actions and surroundings during each encounter.
survivors out there? Is this thing working?
State of Decay 3 is an open-world survival game where players manage a group of survivors in a landscape overrun by evolving zombie threats. Gameplay includes building and expanding a base, gathering resources, and making decisions that affect the community. Characters can be lost permanently if killed. The game supports solo and co-op play, where up to 4 players work together in a shared world to maintain survival and stability.
For State of Decay 3.
We've been keeping a close eye on what you liked about State of Decay 2 and what you didn't. We've read your feedback on Discord, we've watched your gameplay clips and live streams on YouTube.
We just got 3 in 1, baby!
And through it all, we've seen how powerful and tight-knit this community is.
That's all you gotta do, guys.
It became clear the community is survival and that we need your help. And if you've made it this far, great, because starting next month, we'll be hosting a series of alpha playtests with the community. Listen, I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you, but I can say that it will feature 4-player co-op, some new base building and resource strategies, and a whole lot of combat. If scavenging supplies in the middle of a zombie outbreak sounds fun to you, then grab your ruck, pack some mags, and head over to our website to find more information and register for a chance to be included in the alpha. If you don't get contacted for this round, don't worry. We'll keep your name on the list and have plenty of other opportunities for you throughout the year. We'll be sharing more updates like this throughout development to keep you up to date on what's new, what we're learning, and let you know about more opportunities to join the fun. Thank you again for your support and your patience over the years. We cannot wait to share more information about State of Decay with you. Remember, community is survival. Oh God!
Just take care of your little freaking robo-zoo and let me do my thing.
Artificial Detective is a third-person action adventure where players control a robot detective investigating a city taken over by rogue machines. Gameplay includes combat, hacking systems, stealth, and using environmental elements like electricity or fire during encounters. Players are assisted by a robo-dog and a human companion who provide abilities and support. The game also includes clue gathering, resource management, and traveling between districts while uncovering the cause behind humanity's disappearance.
I'm a detective, not a babysitter, all right? What the f...
My name is Maciej Sulecki, I am the game director of the upcoming Frostpunk 1886. And today I would like to take you behind the scenes of the project.
Frostpunk 1886 is a city-building survival game where players control a settlement in a frozen world and manage resources, infrastructure, and population needs. Gameplay includes setting laws, assigning work, and maintaining heat through a central generator. Players balance efficiency with moral decisions that affect society. The game introduces new mechanics, buildings, and events, along with expanded areas for resource gathering and additional modes that change how challenges are handled.
We can show you a sneak peek into this process today. One of the biggest areas we are focusing is the people of New London. The first Frostpunk was all about the individual survival of your citizens, and we want to take you even closer to them. One idea that we are currently exploring are improved animations and the use of motion capture. This will let us show you more expressive behaviors and as such gives more personality to the citizens. We are upgrading the lighting system to enhance the city's atmosphere and highlight the harsh frozen feel of the Frostland. We're also upgrading building textures to give New London a more grounded feel and players a more immersive experience. Keep in mind that we are still about 2 years ahead of the release, so everything you are seeing here is early in the development. And there's much more we'll be showing you in the future updates, so stay tuned. Be sure to wishlist the game and see you back where it's all began in New London 1886.
Project Tal is an action RPG set in a fantasy world inspired by Korean folklore and Tal mass culture. Players engage in fast combat using melee weapons, evasive moves, and by climbing large monsters to target weak points. The game includes AI companions with different roles who react to player actions and assist during fights. Gameplay focuses on large-scale encounters, coordinated attacks, and managing companion abilities during battles. Marvel's Blade is a third-person action-adventure game where players control Eric Brooks, a vampire hunter fighting an outbreak in a quarantined area of Paris. Gameplay involves close combat against vampire enemies using weapons and abilities tied to his hybrid nature. Players move through connected locations while completing story missions and encounters. The narrative also deals with his dual identity, affecting interactions and progression during the campaign.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting...
Blight Survival is a third-person action horror game set in a medieval war zone where players fight both human enemies and infected creatures. Gameplay supports solo or co-op with up to 4 players working together to reach and destroy the source of the infection. Combat uses directional melee systems with different weapons and gear. Players collect loot during missions and decide whether to extract safely or continue forward for greater rewards.
Creative Director for Blight Survival. First off, on behalf of myself, Mats, Ash, and the team, thank you. Hitting 1.5 million wishlists is a massive milestone. We're incredibly grateful for your support. We're taking the time to make sure that it pays off when the moment comes to put Blight in your hands. When we teamed up with Behavior, we spent a lot of time digging into the original vision for Blight. It quickly became clear that if we wanted to truly do justice, we needed to take a step back and rebuild our core systems from the ground up.
We're designing Blight to be a brutal, visceral game. Combat is meant to be felt, from the first clash to the final deadly blow. These finishes are just one part of our immersive combat system that we can't wait to show you in the future. We've started ramping up on small-scale playtests, so for anyone who's interested in shaping the future of Blight, join us on Discord. Thank you from everyone here at the team at Blight, and we can't wait to see you soon.
The Vernyhorn is a third-person open-world RPG where players control a man dealing with his past while moving through a dynamic environment. Gameplay includes dialogue choices that affect events and interactions with characters. The world features changing weather, day and night cycles, and NPC routines that run independently. Players engage in combat, travel across different regions, and make decisions that influence progression and long-term outcomes.
The great Silkovsky once said,
Atomic Heart 2 is an action RPG set in a retrofuturistic world where players take part in events across multiple locations on a larger scale. Gameplay includes an expanded role-playing system with different activities and player choices. Combat allows the use of melee and ranged weapons alongside glove-based abilities that can be combined. Players interact with returning and new characters while progressing through a story built around missions and encounters.
It's not come yet for this. The dawn of a new era. The era of Atomic Heart 2.
Agni Village of Calamity is a survival horror game where players control an investigator entering a remote village to uncover a missing partner and hidden events. Gameplay includes solving puzzles, collecting clues, and managing limited resources while avoiding or confronting threats. Players move through connected areas using fixed camera perspectives, making careful decisions during encounters. Progression involves piecing together information to unlock new paths and advance the investigation.
Kayaknya tadi gue taruh hijab di sini deh. Apa masih di ember cucian ya? Siapa sih itu? Gedor-gedor mulu anjir. Iya, sebentar. Lila.
Light No Fire is an open-world survival game set on a planet the size of Earth where players build, gather resources, and survive across large environments. Gameplay includes constructing settlements, crafting items, and interacting with other players in shared spaces. Players can travel across different regions, climb terrain, and use mounts for movement. The game also involves managing survival needs while exploring varied areas filled with creatures and materials. The Godslayer is an open-world RPG set in a steampunk city where players control an Elemancer using elemental powers like fire, water, and earth during combat. Gameplay includes learning abilities from masters, upgrading skills, and using elemental interactions to affect battles. Players complete missions, form alliances with factions, and manage relationships to gain advantages. The game also involves exploring the city, handling resources, and engaging in combat against powerful enemies. Welcome to Brightville is an action-adventure immersive sim, where players control an automaton guardian in a city powered by magic and technology. Gameplay includes using offensive and defensive spells that can be combined to affect combat and the environment. Players interact with characters whose responses change based on actions. The city reacts to player decisions, allowing different approaches through combat, dialogue, and navigation across connected areas.
I saw my world fall to ash, consumed by the void.
Chrono Odyssey is an action MMORPG set in a large, seamless world where players create characters and engage in real-time combat using time manipulation abilities. Gameplay includes using a chronotector to slow, stop, or rewind time during battles. Players explore different regions, gather resources, and craft equipment. The game also features dungeons, raids, and cooperative play, along with character customization that affects appearance and progression systems.
Some say time stops for no one. Neither man nor god, living nor dead. Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds. You need only
this pact we have forged. What is the call?
Warlock Dungeons & Dragons is a third-person action-adventure game where players control Khatri, a warrior who uses dark magic during combat. Gameplay focuses on real-time battles with spells and abilities instead of turn-based systems. Players move through an open world while completing missions and facing enemies using melee attacks and magic. Progression involves improving abilities and using different powers to handle encounters and challenges.
In the grim darkness,
Total War Warhammer 40,000 is a strategy game that combines turn-based campaign management with real-time battles set across a galactic map. Players control factions like Space Marines, Orcs, Eldari, and Astra Militarum, each with different units and abilities. Gameplay includes building armies, managing resources, and capturing planets. Battles involve commanding large forces, using abilities, and deploying vehicles, with options to customize armies and adjust tactics.
Across countless worlds, battles rage. Lead your armies. Conquer worlds. Fight on as the galaxy burns. For there is no peace amongst the stars. There is only war.
Unrecord is a first-person shooter presented through a body camera view where players control a tactical police officer investigating criminal cases. Gameplay includes realistic shooting with a free aim system and careful movement during encounters. Players gather information, interact with characters, and make dialogue choices that affect events. Missions require both combat and investigation, with limited room for mistakes and outcomes shaped by player decisions.
Is Oscar.
Tsarevna Age of Tales is an action slasher where players control a warrior using a ballet-based combat system with precise timing and movement. Gameplay includes chaining combos, dodging attacks, and switching weapon forms between a sword and ranged daggers. Attacks can be performed in rhythm to increase effectiveness and change music flow. Players fight enemies and bosses across different locations while using coordinated abilities and movement to handle encounters. The Lift Supernatural Handyman Simulator is a first-person simulation game where players repair and restore a large abandoned research facility. Gameplay includes fixing equipment, building circuits, routing cables, and managing power systems using different tools and crafted items. Each area acts as a renovation project with specific tasks. Players use a mobile lift to travel between sections, interact with characters, complete objectives, and uncover details about the incident.
전하 개하려옵니다. 선천의 추묵이 이미 시들어 죽었사오고.
Moosa Dirty Fate is an action game set in 17th century Korea where players control a warrior using sword and bow to fight enemies and creatures from folklore. Gameplay includes close combat, ranged attacks, and large-scale battles alongside one-on-one boss fights. Players move through different regions with varied conditions and encounters. The game also involves gathering information from characters and events to understand ongoing conflicts and story elements.
게다가 삼남 지방에는 정체를 알 수 없는 무리들이 출몰하여 고을을 불태우고 백성들과 관리들을 무참히 도륙하고 있사옵니다. 바라옵건대 전하, 부디 백성들을 구하여 주소서.
Long Gone is a narrative adventure game set in an abandoned neighborhood where players explore homes and streets to uncover past events through objects and notes. Gameplay includes solving environmental puzzles, platforming through damaged areas, and interacting with items to progress. A cat companion assists by finding paths and detecting dangers. Zombie encounters act as obstacles that require planning rather than combat, with progression based on observation and item use. Breathe 2 is a space survival game where players manage a crew while traveling between different zones and star systems. Gameplay includes crafting tools, gathering resources, and maintaining a spaceship with upgradable parts. Players also use vehicles for movement on planets and in space. Crew members have roles and needs that affect operations. The game involves combat against various enemies while completing objectives linked to a larger conflict.
From every tone, he's no DJ, no nerdy botanic. Who is it, kids? The mechanic. The mechanic. Grinders buzzing, zoom, zoom. Daddy's fixing, boom, boom. His manicure is dirt under nails, a cap and stash. That's how he sails, polite and kind, not some street maniac. Who is it, kids?
Arc 2 is an open-world survival game where players gather resources, craft tools, and build structures while living among dinosaurs and hostile groups. Gameplay includes taming creatures for travel and combat, along with advanced movement like climbing and dodging. Players fight using skill-based melee systems with blocks and combos. The world reacts to sound and movement, requiring stealth and planning while interacting with dynamic events and environmental changes.
Lights out, old friend.